Hey guys, this is Shaco Fundamentals here with a tier list on the difficulty of Shaco's jungle matchups. This is only going by my own experience, and it isn't to be taken as facts, and I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments if you feel that I left anything out, or if you have any strategies for matchups that I didn't mention. I'd also like to mention this is mainly going to be focusing on AD Shaco, but if a matchup is completely different when going AP, I'll definitely mention it. A little information about myself: I'm a GM Shaco 1-trick, peaking 579 LP in Season 9, and I'm currently pushing for Challenger on NA. So first up on our tier list is Belveth. In my personal experience, this is one of the hardest matchups. She one-shots your boxes before they fear her, she's relatively mobile, and her E makes her insanely tanky, stopping you from one-shotting her. She also commonly goes ninja tabbies into other bruiser items like Death's Dance and Sterax, just making her feel unkillable. Her clear is also pretty fast, making it hard to catch her in her own jungle a lot of the time. Personally, I would dodge or ban her, especially in higher elos where one-tricks playing her probably know what they're doing a lot better than lower elo. If you know any tips for dealing with her, I'd love to know how. She kind of just always stomps me whenever I play against one. It doesn't feel like I can do much. Next on the list is Amumu, who's a fairly easy matchup. He can't really threaten to kill you at all. His first clear, he gets pretty low. We can look to kill him at his red buff or blue buff level 3 and then just take over the game from there. You can also dodge his ultimate with your own ultimate. It's not really reactionary, so you kind of have to predict it. But overall, it's a pretty easy matchup, and I wouldn't be too worried about it. Next, we have Briar. I haven't had to play against Briar too much. She doesn't seem incredibly hard to play against, but I would probably say going AP against her is a lot easier. I'm not 100% certain, but I think if you walk your clone into closer range than you are, she will chase the clone instead of you with her W, and you can just walk into your boxes that you already have down. If she gets on top of you, though, I think she can just kind of one-shot you with Hail Blades. I'm just going to put her in like easy and not too much to worry about, just because she should never really be like able to just get on top of you and one-shot you like that. So, yeah. Next up, we have Brand. I've heard people say this matchup is hard, but for me it's always been relatively easy. His first 3 camps are slow to clear since he doesn't have his passive available yet, guaranteeing you can show up at his buffs ready for him. We can easily wait until he uses his abilities on a camp and jump on him while he's essentially useless, guaranteeing a free flash or he just dies. Later on at level 6, we can wait until he ults us, use our own ulti to stop it from bouncing, and just run him down. This matchup's always been like pretty easy for me, so I'm just going to put him in very easy. Next up, we have Diana. I personally love this matchup. Level 3, she's like slightly tanky, but definitely killable. After level 6, there's not much of a better feeling than watching her press R and just dodging it with your own and continuing to beat her up. She can't really do much to you if you dodge her R. Obviously, if she gets like a lot of items, she can one-shot you still, but early game, you should be able to set her behind and like she can't really do much about it. So I'm going to put her in very easy as well. Next up, we have Ekko. I haven't seen much Ekko jungle lately, but he can be a menace. He has good mobility, his shield and stun are annoying, and if I remember correctly, it also stuns your boxes that are inside of it. I would look to kill him level 3 at one of his buffs, but avoid fighting him outright after level 6 unless you're confident you can one-shot him. So I'm probably going to put him in like medium, just because after level 6 it doesn't seem like you can really do much to him, especially since you can just ult away and continue the fight after you blow everything on him. He's not really a hard matchup. He's definitely a lot easier than like Briar though, I would say, and Amumu and the other 3 below. So we're just gonna put him in like medium. Next is Elise. I've never had any issues with her. Doesn't seem like she's played much anymore. How it normally goes is you jump on her, she freaks out and goes into spider form and repels away. She can definitely one-shot you though if you face check bushes and get hit with Cocoon, so try and use your W in front of you. If you're face checking a bush, she might be in to block it. Just because it's super situational that she actually gets on top of you and one-shots you, I'm gonna put her in very easy. She's kind of like everyone else, where like Brand and Diana, if they get the jump on you, then it can be an issue, but like in general, there's not too much to worry about. Alright, next up we have Evelynn. I hate this champion with a passion. She's my permaban. In my opinion, she does everything Shaco wants to do but better. In terms of the matchup, I don't think she's incredibly hard to deal with. It's just frustrating jumping on her, getting her to 200 HP, and having her ult away and heal back to full HP over and over again. Ward her cams, try and track her, kill her before she hits level 6. Maybe build a maw if you have excess income for it. Like, I don't know. This champion is just annoying as fuck. I'm just gonna say hard. She also is like perma invis, which is better than Shaco's invis. Man, I guess because it's like the matchup isn't incredibly hard, we'll put her in medium, just because like it's supposed to be against Shaco, but like she's just better than Shaco, so we're gonna put her medium. Next up on our list, we have Fiddlesticks. Personally, another incredibly easy matchup for me. Against Fiddlesticks, I would normally go AP, just let him ult into our team and watch him blow himself up. Just walking the clone at him, and it's basically all I have to do. You can invade him pretty easily. He's gonna fear you, but like put your box down while you're invisible, and it'll stop his, what is it called, siphon, so he can't really heal off you. He'll heal from healing off you and the clone a little bit, but since we run Ignite, it's not that big of a deal. Like, all in all, Fiddlesticks is not going to kill you. Like, you can beat him up in a 1v1 pretty easily. And like I said, like after you hit 6, just throw your clone at him and he'll probably just kill himself, even if he wants to siphon off of it. Gragas is next on our list. I don't see Gragas jungle too often anymore. Normally he's a top laner now. I can't imagine it's very hard. We can dodge his R with our ultimate. Full AP Gragas should be squishy enough for us to kill with a good engage on him. Tank Gragas, I would probably just not fight him. Just because I don't really see him too often, I'm not really sure how hard the actual matchup is. I'm just going off of like when I gank top lane Gragas, that's what ends up happening. We're going to put him in unsure for now, but if I had to place him somewhere else, it would probably be in one of these 2 tiers. Alright, now we get into this disgusting champion. I would just dodge. Just don't bother. If I didn't dislike Evelynn, this would be my permaban, and I often still risk seeing Evelynn in my games and ban Graves instead. It doesn't matter if AD or AP, this champ is disgusting. He one-shots your boxes with the auto attacks. His E gives him armor, making it a nightmare to try and kill him as AD Shaco, and he also commonly goes tabbies. His clear is also healthy at all stages of the game. Champ's been disgusting since his release. This is an easy S tier. He's going above Belveth oh, it's not letting me change. There we go. I'm also going to put Evelynn above Ekko. But yeah, this champ's just gross. Just like, this should be almost everyone's permaban in my opinion. It's either Graves, Belveth, or the other person I'm going to put in S tier. Next on our list is Gwen. I'm unsure. I don't think I've ever seen a Gwen jungle, but apparently people play her there. I got the tier list, or all the champions that play jungle from UGG. And apparently people are playing Gwen. But I would imagine you just don't fight her unless you're ahead enough to deal with her immunity and everything. Every time I gank like a top lane Gwen, it doesn't seem that difficult unless she gets all of her ults off on me and not my clone. I just kind of have to put her in unsure because I don't fight or play against Gwen jungles. Next up is Hecarim. This champ used to be worse to play against, but with the recent box changes and our clear speed being a lot faster, it doesn't seem that bad. It's still not fun since his Q AoE one-shots our boxes and he builds Bruiserish, making him not die to AD Shaco too often. But AP Shaco into him doesn't seem terrible, especially if you have boxes placed down beforehand that ruin his E movement speed. So that's pretty good. Like, I still don't want to play against him, and you can't really kill him. I think he still clears faster than you, but it doesn't seem as bad as it used to be, where he would just take over the game, be 100 CS ahead of you, and just like run down you and wow killing your boxes. But we'll put him in medium, we'll put him at the top of medium actually, because in a 1v1 matchup, he's definitely harder to deal with than Evelynn. Next is Ivern. He's just annoying. He's not hard, not fun to play against. He won't really fight you and take your opposite side of your jungle early game, so have your laners ward the jungle opposite of where you start, so you know if you need to vertical or not. Be careful you don't get collapsed on those, since he will probably ward his own jungle to know if you're doing it. All in all, this champion doesn't fight you. He's not going to like kill you. He might throw Daisy at you and you just walk away from him, but the big thing is he's going to try and steal your buffs early, and Shaco wants his buffs early, so I'm just going to put him easy. You're not really going to kill an Ivern unless you're really far ahead of him, just because of all the shields and stuff he has, so we'll just put him on easy, and it's more of an annoying game to play, not so much of a hard one. Next we have Jarvan. Not a hard matchup. He should never really kill you. You can probably kill him level 3 fairly easily if you catch him at a buff when his E is on cooldown. We probably won't kill him after Ninja Tabbies and Sterix though, so before then, easy. After that, not so easy, but I mean, after we get a couple kills on him pre-6 and before his items, we should be far enough ahead that it shouldn't matter, so we're just going to put him in very easy. We have Jax next. Luckily, I don't see many Jax jungles. 80 Shaco can't do much to him unless we know his counter-strike is down, but even then it has a fairly short cooldown, so it's a small window to actually kill him. He also has like innate tankiness in his kit after level 6. Probably avoid fighting him alone unless we're AP and have boxes to bait him into beforehand. We don't see too many Jax jungles, but I mean, you can't do too much to him, so we're going to put it in hard but playable. Like, you probably should not be taking 1v1s with Jax, who's commonly known as like the best duelist in the game. Like I said, if you're AP, you might be able to get some kills on him if he's stupid and just jumps into your boxes or like onto your clone and it explodes and whatever. But I mean, just in general, the Jax is not fun for Shaco to fight. Alright, next up is Karthus. His clear is basically as fast as ours early game, and only gets faster as the game goes on. If we catch him at a camp, we can definitely kill him. Just remember he's one of the few junglers that also runs a combat summoner spell, normally, and will probably exhaust you. If you dodge his Qs and take your time running him down, you probably won't die. We can also dodge his R with our ult later in the game if we have to, or just by Maw. I'm going to put him in medium just because if he's hitting his Qs on you, you'll definitely die. Or if you get caught, like if he doesn't fall for your clone and keeps queuing you. If he hits his Qs, you lose. That's basically it. So I'm gonna put it in medium just because like he can definitely 1v1 you, especially if you're not dodging his Qs. The exhaust makes it really annoying since he's gonna exhaust you in team fights as well if he sees you like jumping on his AD carry or something and he's around them. We're just gonna put him in like medium because yeah, it can go either way. If you're not dodging Q, you just die. Next up is Khazix. Khazix is just a better Shaco. He can go ninja tabbies, making the matchup really unenjoyable. Don't get caught out face checking bushes, or else you're probably just going to lose the fight. Normally if you get a lead early, we can just make his life miserable and kill him in his own jungle, but after tabbies and his first item, he kind of beats our ass, so we kind of want to make sure that we're the ones jumping on him and making him use his invis to like escape from us, and we don't want him jumping on us. So I'm gonna put him medium just because he's a little bit hard to deal with. Next on our list is Kindred. This is another matchup I really hate. I'm sure others have a different opinion, but I think she's top 3 for me on junglers I don't want to play against. You would think because she's an AD carry it should be pretty free, but she often goes ninja tabbies like Graves, gets some HP items, Black Cleaver, Charndy Force, and slows you as soon as you jump on her. Even if she's about to die and lose the trade, her ult just makes it a 50-50 on which one of you is going to die, and normally it's us, since she can just jump back as it's about to end. I really dislike playing against Kindred. Like, you can kill her early for sure, like level 3, level 4, but after that it just becomes really unenjoyable to play against. Like I said, I'm sure other people have way different opinions on this one, but yeah, I don't like playing against this character at all. Pretty famous matchup is Lee Sin. This was known as like the #1 Shaco counter for a long time. I don't really see any good Lee Sin players on North America, so it's hard to tell if this is still like a true hard counter, like this is, you know, Shaco's #1 counter or whatever. Most Lee Sins will Q2 in on top of you. You can just ult as soon as he flies in and kill him with your clone, or like if you have boxes sitting around, those will fuck him up as well. It's pretty hard to actually kill him though, unless you're pretty far ahead. He can also go ninja tabbies pretty often. He goes bruiser items, which makes him hard to like actually like kill. I don't think it's that hard of a matchup, but it's definitely not easy. Like a good Lee Sin would probably be really hard to deal with. So I'm just gonna put him in hard but playable since there is a lot of outplay potential here. Lillia is after Lee Sin. She's just annoying. Her clear's really fast. She gets movement speed to kite you around from hitting her Q, and since we're a melee champion, she's always hitting her Q as she runs around. She also goes Frozen Heart pretty often, which, you know, slows our attack speed obviously, and gives her a lot of tankiness, which doesn't seem to really impact her damage at all. She still kind of hurts you a lot. If we get a lead early, she can die, but like she always builds like Leandries and then sometimes Riftmaker, sometimes Frozen Heart, like I said, so it doesn't really matter how much we kill her early game. We're not really going to be able to deal with her later. I don't know if I already mentioned that she farms really quickly, so yeah, later in the game we're not keeping up with her at all. I'm going to put her also in the hard but playable lane just because like if we do get a lead early enough, we can probably snowball the game and she won't be that obnoxious, but yeah. Master Yi. I actually really like this matchup. It's one of my favorites. I love killing Yis in their own jungle. They constantly will chase you, run to your boxes, waste their W to animation cancel while clearing their camps. It only gets hard after they get like 3 items and then start building like Randuins or other tank items because they go normally like 3 attack speed items or 2 attack speed items and then tanky. But yeah, I absolutely love playing against Master Yi, so I'm gonna put him in very easy. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I don't lose to Master Yi's like at all. Up next is Wukong. I haven't seen a Wukong in a long time. I don't even see lane Wukong. I haven't seen a jungle Wukong in even longer than that. I mean, like I said before, I guess people are playing Wukong in the jungle somewhere, but I haven't seen him since the item changes. Like he used to go what Divine Sunder, and then was it Shojin's, or was it, I don't even remember what they used to build. Back then it was annoying to play against, but I haven't seen him in a long time, so I'm not entirely sure if he's hard to deal with. His kit is annoying, that's for sure, but just because like I have no idea how low he gets in the jungle or anything, I can't really give him like a definitive like a ranking, so I'm just gonna put him in unsure. Up next is Maokai. I don't really see him jungling too often anymore. It's just a tank, so there's not really too much concern. You can probably kill him at a camp if he's low enough, and you don't really want to be focusing on Maokai anyways. If you like have to fight him at a Scuttle Crab or something, like level 3 through level 6, he's not really doing much to you. You kind of just like, you can just like walk away from him, you know what I mean? And even if he does get onto you, he's not going to burst you or kill you or anything. So I'm just going to say it's easy and not much to worry about. Like later in the game when he has a lot of items, obviously you probably don't want to really be fighting him, but if you go Blade of the Ruin King or something, I can't imagine you're actually like dying or struggling against this guy. So we're just going to put him in easy, but he provides a lot of CC, and his saplings can be annoying when you try and gank, but that's about it. And so this next one's kind of annoying to place. Obviously, like Korean Nidalees, like Nidalee one tricks are insanely good, but your average Nidalee is just dog shit. Um, she's squishy, so we can definitely kill her, but she also clears incredibly quick, and a good Nidalee would be perma invading you. We can kill her early, ward her camps, and if we don't end up killing her early and we don't keep up with her, we're gonna fall behind and she's gonna take over the game. So this is one of the few ones I'm gonna put into very hard, just because I'm gonna base it on, let's just say I'm basing this off like Masters gameplay, like Masters 0 P Diamond 1. Good Nidalee players can definitely take over the game and make your life hell. Your average Nidalee in like, Plat, Emerald 4 is gonna be somewhere like in easy and very easy. But the Nidalees that like know what they're playing, like a Nidalee one trick, it's rough. It's kind of annoying. Up next is Nocturne. Not a fun matchup. His level 3 is strong, arguably stronger than Shaco's, even when we're running combat summoners. His fear is a point and click, and he can spell shield our box fear, which is kind of what we have over a lot of these champions that makes us win our level 3 all-ins, is the box fear while we're getting our Hail Blades actives. If he just spell shields the box fear, he's kind of just beating the shit out of us. We also can't like dodge his fear, so even if we Q away, he's gonna just kill us when we come out of it, and since we don't run flash, that's basically a death sentence. I would only fight him early if you can track him on a camp. Like if you see his Q over the wall while he's clearing a camp and you know he's there, we can like look to make a play. But I mean, I just honestly wouldn't fight him. Like if you're both at the same HP, you won't win that fight even with Ignite, like 80% HP or more. So I would definitely put this in like very hard. This is harder than Nidalee for sure in my opinion. He can also go tabbies like most of these champions can, but yeah, Nocturne's a little rough. Next on our list is Nunu. Pretty brain dead champion. Cheeses ganks like Shaco does. He won't kill you, but he can eat your boxes and run you down if you play badly. AP Shaco works well against him if he wants to roll into your team. The box fear will cancel his snowball, making it so he can't like aim it at specific people and will stop him from, rolling at them. You can also throw your ult into him as AP Shaco while he ults and watch him blow himself up. Just an annoying matchup. It's not really like hard, but his clear is fast, his objective secure is fast. He's basically like PvE with cheesy gank paths. I'm gonna put him in easy. He's not very easy just because like realistically we're probably not gonna be invading a Nunu when he can just consume whatever camp he's on and get his HP back. But it's not hard enough where like these champions can kill us and like these champions are not going to kill us. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not dying to a Nunu. We'll just bang out the next two real quick. Poppy, I don't really see her in the jungle too often. When I do, I try to kill her at her buff level 3. If I don't kill her, I just like never interact with her again. Even full AD Poppy with no tank items gets tanky for some reason, and we're not gonna kill her after she gets like ninja tabbies and I don't know why my brain is blanking on the item. The item that most bruisers are going first, where it has like guaranteed crit or whatever. We're not killing her, so I'll put her in medium just because like she's, yeah, I don't know. I don't like playing against Poppy. Rammus, I'd probably go AP into Rammus for obvious reasons, which sucks because his early game clear is really bad. So like he gets pretty low on his first clear and we can kill him in his jungle, but he's just gonna, go Bomby Cinder and uh Thornmail and Ninja Tabbies. So going AD against him is not a great idea. We can definitely kill him level 3 with Dark Harvest if we're going AP, but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna put him in easy. Like, if he's rolling at you, you can just put a box down and just watch him. Like you can literally do a circle around your boxes and he's not gonna do much to you. So we can't really kill him. He probably should not be able to kill us, but it's not a hard matchup. So kind of like the Lee Sin argument, this is considered one of Shaco's hardest matchups. It's what everybody thought was Shaco's hardest matchup in the game at one point or another. A good Reksai is annoying. I always go AP into Reksai. It's one of the very few matchups besides Rammus that I'll always go AP into. Just because, not because you can't kill him as AD, but trying to get on top of the enemy AD carry or support with a Reksai near them is literally impossible. The matchup itself isn't hard, it's just he counters what you want to do, which is sneak up on their carries. So I'm just going to put it at, I'll put it at very hard just because it stops you from wanting to play Shaco how you want to play Shaco, and that bothers me. I wouldn't say that he's going to like go in your jungle and often kill you. He definitely can, whatever. Definitely can kill you, but realistically, just try not to interact with this champion too much unless like you're baiting them into diving into 3 of your boxes you already have down, We can basically skip over Rell and go right into Rengar. Rell is going to go into the unsure category. Obviously, I've played a lot of games with a Rell support in the game, like with a Samira and stuff like that, but Rell jungle I don't see. I think it's mostly just like a pro play pick. No idea how the jungling against her goes. Nobody in NA seems to play her jungle at, like in higher elo, so we'll just skip over her and go straight into Rengar. Alright. Even when this champion is 2-10, he just one-shots better than Shaco does, being 10-2. Really unfun matchup. Even when played perfectly and you dodge his jump with your ult, you still don't win the fight half the time. I would just ban it or dodge. What I mean by dodging his ult is when he's jumping at you, you can time your ultimate correctly and dodge all the damage from his ult, and it doesn't even matter. He's gonna either kill you or he's just gonna walk away, and his ult's on like a 25-second cooldown or something. I mean, you can definitely kill him in his jungle. It just doesn't seem to matter how many times you kill him. He just does more damage. It's just how it is. Alright, next up is Sejuani. Pretty much like the other tanks on this list. Like, you're never gonna die to a Sejuani. You can try and kill her level 3 to buff if you want. After that, just don't interact with her. She's kind of like Poppy, but Poppy does way more damage if she pins you against the wall. So we're just going to put her into easy, since like realistically a Sejuani isn't going to be the one killing you. It's going to be the people behind the Sejuani. But like in a 1v1 against Shaco, if you're invading her or if she's walking around your jungle, you guys pretty much just don't interact with each other. You just kind of like go your separate ways. Again, we're going to talk about Shyvana real quick. Haven't seen jungle Shyvana in a long time, or any Shyvana in general, to be honest. Back when she was being played, she clears really fast. She's kind of tanky, but I don't even know what they're building now. I don't know if they're going AP. I don't know if they're going that weird like press the attack build or lethal tempo. I don't know what Shyvana players are going anymore. So I'm just gonna put her in unsure because I haven't played against her at all this season. Taliyah. We can kill her super easy in her own jungle. She makes the game a little less fun because she limits our Q options through her, what is it? Is it her Q, her E, Tethered Earth thing? I don't know what ability it is, but you know, the one that puts the rocks on the ground. Overall, she's not really an issue for us. She's just an issue for us later in the game, but mostly because she like restricts our movement, not because we're worried about like her killing us. So we're just gonna put her in easy and not much to worry about here. Alright, cool. Another assassin. Talon is obviously a lot like Shaco. I would argue that he's better than Shaco. We can one-shot each other, but he can press R to get away and kill us if we open up on him. Best bet is to counter gank where he's going. He also runs Ignite a lot of times, so be careful taking your trades with him, like when you go in on him, because he's obviously going to have Ignite a lot of time as well, which makes it a little rough since Shaco's normally the only one that runs Ignite. I would just take your fights carefully, and you can deal with them if you just take correct fights. I'm going to put him in hard, but playable. Good Talons are just as annoying as good Shacos are, in my opinion. So this one might be my hottest take. Trundle is impossible in dodge tier. Not sure if anyone else has the same experience as me, but he's just unkillable. Beats me at all stages of the game, doesn't care about my boxes, doesn't care about Ignite, doesn't care if I'm AD, doesn't care if I'm AP. Like, this guy, I don't know what the hell it is, but I cannot deal with Trundles. I'm glad that nobody really plays him in the jungle, but like, holy fuck, man, like, I don't know. If anyone has tips on dealing with Trundle, please let me know, because that champion's weird. Udyr. Udyr is up next. He's just a power farming champion, kind of like Karthus, but his gank, he like actually ganks lanes and doesn't just power farm the jungle constantly. Pretty much unkillable, kind of like Trundle, but I'm less worried about an Udyr killing me than a Trundle. I would just try and focus on ganking lanes and getting your team ahead, and hopefully they can help you deal with them later. I'm just going to put him in very hard just because, again, like, we can't really do much to him. Like, we can't stop him from doing whatever he wants. We kind of have to hope that our team helps us deal with him later. Like, realistically, we should not really die to him, but, like, if he catches you, you're going to die. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's just going to go in the very hard tier for me. Vi is up next. Vi's a weird case. She isn't hard to play against, but she isn't really, like, easy either. We can dodge her ult without her ult, but her shielding on her abilities is kind of rough. So even if you think that you're going to just get the jump on her and kill her, if she hits like just, you know, she just attacks you, hits QE, she's getting a lot of shielding and has a lot more like HP than you would probably think that she's going to get. If we take good fights, we can jump on her and kill her before she gets some tankier items, but she can also just go like bruiser items, and we're not going to really kill her anymore. I'm going to put her in the medium tier just because, like, not super threat heavy, but definitely can still kill us. Next up on our list is Viego. I don't see him too often, but he's not bad. He makes it easy to see where he is in his own jungle by using his fog to clear faster, so we can look for invades and take fights. I wouldn't say he's easy. I would definitely say he's probably medium tier. If he gets resets, it's really annoying to deal with, but since we're focusing on like the 1v1, you can definitely kill Viego in his own jungle or like at Scuttle Crab or anything like that. So yeah, we're just gonna put him in medium. Alright, we're almost done. Warwick is next. Definitely don't fight him when we're even on HP. His healing is insane, and he often out heals me level 3 while being ignited. He's kinda like Trundle. Take fights only that you're sure you're gonna win, or one shot him before he can start hitting you back and healing up. Later in the game, we can't really do anything to him. Like, he's going to build Titanic, he's going to build tank items, he's going to have more attack speed than us, he's probably going to do more damage than us. So we're just going to put him in very hard, not so much as hard as these four, so we're going to put him like at the end of very hard, but I'd definitely say he's harder than these four champions by a decent margin, but not as hard as these four champions, if that makes sense. So he's like in between these two. I'm not going to make his own tier, but he's at the end of this one. Xin Zhao. I have not seen a Xin in a decent amount of time. Not sure if people just don't play him much. I know he's decent, but I'm not sure how amazing he is. I know he can go tabbies. I know he can go Titanic. He probably shouldn't kill you, but he definitely can. So I feel like he's pretty much the same as Viego and Vi, where like he can definitely kill you, but we do have opportunities that we can kill him. Not the worst matchup, not the easiest, not the hardest. So I think he's in a good spot right there. And we'll finish up the last two real quick. Zac, I normally see top and mid now. I don't really see him in the jungle nearly at all. If he is in the jungle, I mean, his ganks are really good, but he's just another tank. Arguably, he does more damage than the other tanks on this list, but he's not really looking to duel you or 1v1 you. I've killed Zax on their camps plenty of times when I was seeing him in the jungle. Pop his passive, walk away, and kill him at the next camp if he continues trying to farm. So I'm gonna put him in easy, honestly. I don't think he's that hard. And Zed. Zed is basically the same as Talon, but I think Zed's a lot easier. So I'm gonna put. Ooh, I don't know. I haven't seen a Zed jungle in a long time. Yeah, we'll put him in unsure. But I would classify him the same as Talon, but low. Like, probably in the easy matchup tier, just because, like, Talon has an escape. He can jump over walls. He also runs Ignite. Zed doesn't really do any of that. So, yeah, we're just going to put him in unsure. And yeah, that's my tier list. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. Anything you agree with, anything you disagree with. Give me some advice on the matchups that I put at the top. I would love to try out some new strategies against them and see if I can make it work. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to follow and subscribe if you don't mind, and I'll talk to you later.